Hey team, how's it going? Eddie Gray here with the Modern Creative. Today we're going to be taking a look at Lunacy Audio's Cube. This is a 3D sampling engine that gives you so many sound design options. If you are a beginner, if you are a seasoned veteran, this thing is a phenomenal tool. I think anybody can kind of start using it right away. And my favorite part is that all of the sounds out of the box are quite exquisite. So let's go ahead and jump into the interface and let's go ahead and dissect some of the parts here. Here we go. At first glance, the GUI looks like some kind of Dolby Atmos plugin. It's not that. Essentially, there are 8 different samples running concurrently, and you can change and modify the pattern in which they move by utilizing what they call orbits. The layout is fairly simple. You've got all the various sounds. Again, 8 different samples to choose from. If I click on overview, you can make modifications to each and every one of those samples. My personal favorite has to be the ether slider, which is connected to CC1. So you could play something soft here with ether set at 0. And then gradually over time, you can increase the layer or the intensity. Not much else is said within the manual about what's happening underneath the hood, but you can definitely hear that it's evolving there. I can also control a macro here, which can be connected to various LFOs and various effects. I want to go back to orbits because I feel like this is what really makes the plugin unique. So you can see this area here is kind of running a path, and it's going to make a revolution either every 16 bars, 8 bars, just however you set it up. And so there are some pre-configured orbits here, and you can also edit your own path. And so I want to explain kind of what's happening as we listen to this specific patch called Away Away, which is stock to the plugin. So check it out. So why does it sound like that, and how is it that it's evolving over time? Well, you can see that it's playing various samples throughout its revolution, and I'll talk more about how these work and how to operate them in a second. But if I go into the sounds themselves and I isolate them, I think this will make a lot more sense. So let me go ahead and play, and I'll start soloing all of these various samples. So with all of this in place, you can see how this makes a lot of sense, because as the orbit is running through its respective sample, it's highlighting that in essence. So to move the orbit, I can simply click and drag vertically and horizontally. And if I want to travel through the Z-axis, I would hold shift and then just travel back like that. So let's go ahead and play all of these various samples so you can hear how the sound evolves. And if you are witty with sound design, you can actually make it sound like it's 3D. Obviously, this is played in stereo, but if you are hip to like psychoacoustic phenomenon, this can be just an incredible way to make your sounds sound a lot more in-depth and profound. So here we go. Something else that you could do is set up a MIDI controller so it controls the X-axis, the Y-axis, and the Z-axis here. So I'm going to go ahead and move front to back. Here we go. So I've tried other plugins that claim to do something like this. This is by far the easiest one to use. You gotta love the filter here, which is gonna come in handy whenever you need it. So I'm gonna go ahead and transition. We'll play a couple presets. We'll listen to the new Reverie pack, and we will go from there. I do have some of the parameters hooked up to a MIDI controller. Here we go. So if you're looking for ethereal, otherworldly vocals, this is certainly the place to get it. I'm absolutely in love with it. Such an intimate sound, and it's absolutely breathtaking just listening to the utter depth. Again, sound designers, whoever is on this team, you guys absolutely demolished this. This was an absolute grand slam on every level. So yeah, that is Reverie. They obviously have a bunch of different packs. I hope you guys enjoyed this demo, and let me close out here. All right, so my initial impressions is that it's very fun. I personally like to use plugins or devices that I could just jump right into. And then, of course, if you really want to get to know it and you want to use it in a deadly way, obviously you could spend time with the manual and you could do those kinds of things. But for me, I just want to jump right in and I want to get inspired. And there is no end to that as it relates to Cube. If you choose to get it, I'm telling you, it's a playground, and it's a playground without all the fuss and without all the nonsense of having to learn something immediately. Again, that is important, but I think something that is more important than that is to be able to enjoy yourself, have fun, make it simple, and make music ultimately. So yes, phenomenal plugin, highly recommend it. Go ahead and check out Lunacy Audio. Thank you so much for sending over the product for review. And I'm going to sign out. Thank you guys so much. God bless you. God bless your families. I'm out. See you later. Bye.